Hello and welcome to Fox News Tonight. I'm Harris Faulkner. Suddenly, the nation is witnessing something we haven't seen before. The Southern Poverty Law Center is now, for the very first time, labeling the Florida-headquartered Moms for Liberty and 11 other right-wing parents' rights groups as extremist groups in its annual report released just yesterday. Well, this may feel like this move is out of the blue, but the ground has been trenched to trip up any conservatives who question the liberal establishment. And it's getting pretty nasty, too. It's becoming apparent that we barely skimmed the surface of the left weaponizing that particular word extremists against Republicans. Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, a key leader among Democrats in the House, is using that word nonstop these days. Support gun rights? You're an extremist. Pro-life? You're an extremist. Don't want the schools and government brainwashing your kids? You're an extremist, too.
So-called Republican moderates who talk a good game, but at the end of the day, always vote with the extremists. The extreme MAGA Republicans were determined to take the country down because of the extreme MAGA Republicans, because of an effort by right-wing extremists to push back against the extremists. These so-called moderates voted with the extremists, forced those extreme right-wing cuts down the throats of the American people. Right-wing extremists that would have hurt millions of everyday Americans.
I want to talk a little bit about the word extremist because it's being used a lot like the word racist right now. If somebody on the far left calls you a racist, they're often trying to end the conversation that they don't have any more words for. Their side is losing. If somebody calls you an extremist, I suspect it has the same effect for them. Who wants to be labeled these things that other people know will get you canceled and end whatever productivity you have in making positive change? They want to shut you up and shut you down. But wait a second. Some extremists seem to be acceptable, especially those who mock Christians. I guess it all depends on which team you're rooting for. For example, the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, an LGBT group that uses sexualized Christian imagery like pole dancing on a replica of Jesus' cross. That group gets plenty of Democrat support. California Democrats in the state Senate there just honored that group after the LA Dodgers had to cancel them for Pride Night because so many religious groups complained. And now the Dodgers have decided that maybe the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence should be indulged. So they're back on for the game for Pride. Here's Senator Scott Wiener on his Twitter cajoling with that group. In the comments about that, someone tweeted this: "Oh, look, a sitting senator honoring a sacrilegious hate group on our tax dollars." Love who you want. Be happy. But whatever they're doing with other people's faith is not love. It feels a lot like hate, extreme hate. And that's just one example. If you're extreme enough to support giving young children puberty blockers and advocating for surgery on young children's genitalia, Dems are apparently okay with that too. But Moms of Liberty, a group that was founded in 2021 over concerns about lockdown effects on kids, they make the extremist list. After all, they began to use their collective voice and talk to people about the journey of children in classrooms in America. They questioned whether or not we want to teach our white children that they are guilty of something they didn't do generations ago. And they asked, do we really want to teach our black children that the only way they can rise is if they just admit they're victims, so liberals can force some help on them that they don't need and no doubt will hinder those children more than it'll probably help? Do they really care about our children? They certainly like that word extremist. What you're looking at now is that new list from the SPLC of 12 parental groups labeled extremists yesterday. Why? The SPLC cites in its findings that Moms of Liberty is connected with other extremist groups. MSNBC went as far as to compare Moms of Liberty and groups like it to the KKK.
Let me give kudos to the SPLC for an extremely comprehensive, well-written, well-packaged report. I recommend everybody reading this who wants to just become more familiar with what's happening all around us now. Because the overall takeaway is that hate is becoming more entrenched. They have gone local. I hearken back to decades ago when the FBI and the DOJ really aggressively targeted and successfully went after criminally the KKK. And what happened there was they took off their hoods and their sheets and they put on suits and ties. And they went local. And they ran for office. So this isn't the first time we've seen this going local mainstreaming of hatred. We've seen it before, and we see it now with people who truly are driven by hate and deception running for school board.
Well, it doesn't stop there. NPR, which is funded in part by your tax dollars, said Moms of Liberty is akin to segregationists in the 1950s.
And so what is it about them, about Moms for Liberty, that has landed them with the label of extremist?
Well, the SPLC says Moms for Liberty is an anti-student inclusion group. And they have drawn some parallels with segregationist parent groups that grew in the wake of the Brown v. Board of Education decision of the 1950s. Of course, Mary Louise, you know, that was a Supreme Court case that integrated public schools.
Well, let's add this in just because it's part of the factual journey here. While they're busy judging parental groups, the Southern Poverty Law Center has had a tough recent history. The center had to fire its co-founder, Morris Dees, for undisclosed reasons. Reportedly, before he was fired, though, 24 employees had complained to management about the concerns of, and this is a quote from them, mistreatment, sexual harassment, gender discrimination, and racism, which threatened the law center's moral authority and integrity. Also reported, a former employee claimed Dees had a, quote, reputation for hitting on young women, end quote. But tonight, we won't focus on the SPLC. We'll focus on the group of women that now has some 100,000 members.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.